For the past 300 years, the Islip Town clerk has been recording and preserving the story of the people of Islip Town and of its hamlets and villages. Along with the duty of the town clerk to record and preserve records, there is a requirement to interpret these records and documents and make them available to the public. That duty falls to the Islip Town historian. This series of short PowerPoint videos will examine documents, records, and artifacts in the Islip Town Historic Collection and discuss their impact on the history of the town and its people. In this presentation, we will look at what some of the Town Historic Collection material can reveal about the first National Thanksgiving Day and what might have been on the menu in the latter half of the 19th century. Join us for a brief glimpse into the origin of the first National Thanksgiving Day and a peek of what might have been on the menu. Thanksgiving is a holiday that has long been a part of our national life. We are taught the story of the Pilgrims and their Native American neighbors sharing a meal, and while that might have happened the way we are taught, that is not the origin of this holiday. The celebration of a National Day of Thanksgiving dates from a time when our nation was deeply divided and torn by war. During the Civil War, Sarah Josepha Halley, editor of the most popular women's magazine of the era, Goody's Lady's Book, advocated for a National Day of Thanksgiving. Her idea got the ear of the President Lincoln, who proclaimed such a day to make his fellow citizens look beyond the news for the battlefield and the political winds that tore at the very fabric of the nation. Our nation needed the reminder contained in the words of that proclamation written by our 16th president at the time, and those words are just as applicable today as they were 157 years ago. Part of that proclamation reads, "I do, therefore, invite my fellow citizens in every part of the United States, and also those who are at sea, and those who are sojourning to foreign land, to set apart and observe the last Thursday of November next as a day of thanksgiving and praise to our beneficent Father who dwell in the heavens. And I recommend to them that while offering up the ascription justly due to him for such singular deliverance and blessings, they do also with humble repentance for our national perverseness and disobedience. Commend to his tender care all those who have become widows, orphans, mourners, and sufferers in the lamented civic strife in which we are unavoidably engaged, and fervently implore the interposition of the Almighty hand to heal the wounds of the nation and to restore it, as soon as may be consistent with the divine purpose, to the full enjoyment of peace, harmony, tranquility, and union." Islip Town was a very sparsely populated rural town at the beginning of the Civil War. For those living in the southern portion of the town, the only way to travel outside the area was by the still largely unimproved roads by the water. It would be another 8 years before a railroad served anything other than the relatively unpopular northern portion of the town, where the only major settlements was Modern Times, today Brentwood. Then 1860 census showed that there were only 3,845 people in the town. Despite its small population, 23% of the eligible males would serve in the armed forces of the United States. That is an amazing response and the largest enrollment of any town in Suffolk County. There were also at least 10 residents who served in the United States colored troops. There were many families with 2 men in service at the same time, and at least 4 families with 3 servicemen defending the Union. As an example, the Ludlow family, direct descendants of the town's founder, William Nicol, had 3 members that served as officers. William Handy Ludlow, the husband of Frances Louisa Nicol, would be brevetted to the rank of Major General for his service to the United States. His son, Nicol Ludlow, was an actor in sign after graduating from the Naval Academy and served on the USS Wachusett during the capture of the CSS Florida. He continued as part of the post-war Navy and reached the rank of Rear Admiral. His younger brother, William Lucklow, graduated from West Point and reached the rank of Major General. Both siblings were responsible for the modernization of services at the end of the 19th century. Islip Town voters passed 6 resolutions to financially encourage enlistments and to care for the families of those in service. The graph here shows those actions which would eventually cost the town $80,000 or $2,505,233.33 in 2020 money. Besides bonuses, the town also provided $2 a month for the wives of those in service and an additional $2 a month for each child the ages of 1 to 14. This helped many of the families to survive without the breadwinner being at home, as Army pay was very often slow in coming.